You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
We
look okay?
We're rolling.
Okay.
That's the start of the podcast.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. A show where just two old guys
Just us
getting older every day.
getting nakeder by the minute.
Yeah, it's true.
We're playing strip podcast tonight. Pretty much anytime we make a joke we feel like doesn't land, we take an article.
Take it out.
Right.
That's pretty bad. Take it out.
Take it out. And we don't even take clothes off. We just
you have to pull it out for a few minutes.
it's gotta breathe for
But
a
I'm
little
soft and didn't feel the humiliation.
bit. All right, that joke wasn't funny. Take your snorkel out.
Today, we had a special request.
We did, which, by the way, I meant to mention this before we started recording. We are not to mention mysterious iTunes donor Tim's last name because he sent me an email and said, I realized that when I made an iTunes review for you guys to review Spawn, that it did sound like a bribe, but that could get me in trouble because of what I do for work. So please don't say that it was a bribe. So it was 100% totally not a bribe. And he has not already made his donation. We have not already accepted
He doesn't work for iTunes.
iTunes Tim. I
Tim
like that.
iTunes.
Tim iTunes. All right. You landed a really good one, so I'll go ahead and take it out. It's also a competitive game.
Who are you, Tim Tunes?
Tim.
Just
Tim.
keep
Ooh.
pushing it together.
Middle name starts with an I.
Tim iTunes.
Tim Ignatius Tunes.
Oh, man. So yeah, he made a non-bribing request for us to do Spawn for the Super Nintendo. I'm sorry, Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
The video game.
So whenever I was looking on my Retro Pi, I was like, where the fuck is it? Oh, wait a minute, it's not in the S's.
It's in the
T's.
in the T's, baby. Well, you don't like the longest name for a video game fucking ever? And it's like, I kind of get it on one hand because it's like, the whole thing about like Image Comics starting is like, hey, we're the creators and we don't get enough credit on our shit at Marvel and DC. So I kind of get it. It's like, Todd McFarlane wants his fucking name on Spawn. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, he does Family Guy. Come on.
Yeah. Every time I'm like talking about Family Guy and I'm like, yeah, Seth McFarlane? Because it's like, and I always put a D on the end of it. McFarlane. Seth. I always confuse him with the Egyptian god Set. It's weird. I don't know. Anybody else have that problem? But it's Todd McFarlane and Seth MacFarlane. So I think they're on different islands. I think one's Scottish and the other one's Irish. I don't know.
That makes sense.
We have some UK listeners. Let us know.
Yep.
Mick is Mac Scottish?
Probably.
I think it is.
Mick is Irish and Mac is Scottish. All right.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And I think Mick is like pretty racist to say. Like to call somebody a Mick. Yeah.
Well,
but we're American, so we can do it.
Yeah, I know plenty of Mickeys. It's fine.
You know plenty of Mickeys?
Yeah.
Like real people in real life named Mickey?
I know one person named Mickey.
All right, that's enough. Take it out.
Yeah.
You lied. Take it out. New rule.
I used to watch the Mick when it was on TV.
This is like a game of Magic the Gathering where it's like every time they put out a new deck, they don't call it a deck. Every time they put out a new, what do they call it? Expansion? What? That's not an expansion. A new season?
Little deck.
A baby deck. Anytime they put one out, they're like, oh, we also have new rules. This is the new rule. If you lie, you got to take it out.
Whenever, because Janie and Michelle sent us this lovely, wonderful chocolate penis.
Yeah.
Which
we ate, we devoured.
Melissa is in town because Choco Chica had a school performance that she wanted us to see. So she was here, and I was like, as I was about to record, I grabbed it. I was like, oh, I'm going to present it to her. And I went, I was like, here.
Present it.
I'm taking it out for her. And it looks like a very nice gift. So she was excited whenever I held it out to her. And then when I opened it up, she looked and she kind of smiled and laughed. She was like, that's not big enough for my blood. So please, my wife is a chocolate size queen. So please, in the future, isn't it chocolate? Make it just be just the biggest chocolate. Just the biggest chocolate.
Do they probably make bigger ones?
Or
than
I guess well, she prefers some thick chocolate over something just like destroyingly big. Just like a good thick chocolate.
Yeah, a Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks.
Yeah. That's the country version of the dick in a box. I'll take it out. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
We're not actually going to talk about Spawn.
I was about to say.
So
I'm trying to think of what
if
else.
you tuned in for that, sorry.
I'm your bearded host, Tyler. We got a package.
We do have a package, which I specifically brought today because we're kind of talking about a comic book video game. And the person who sent this in has a comic book connection.
Yep. So if you've listened to if you want to listen to the complete TADPOG discography, then you would have to listen to...
Not only would you have to donate to Patreon, patreon.com/TADPOG.
Yep. But you have to somehow find Alan's Top 10 podcast to hear both our episodes of that.
Oh, man. Thank you for saying that. Link in the show notes if I can find it.
Have you heard everything, including that and our episode of For the Love of Indie with Drew?
Who sent this package in. So I'll have a link to Alan's Top 10 podcast. And
No. They have to find it.
Oh, it's like an Easter egg.
Yeah. If you want to catch them all, you got to look.
All right,
Professor Oak didn't just give Ash all the Pokemon.
So that appearance is like a legendary catch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But
I don't even know if it's still around. I have no clue.
I hope that it is.
I haven't heard from Alan in years at this point.
It's been a long time. I will certainly put a link in the show notes to For the Love of Indie, though.
Awesome. Well, what he has sent us...
Please be a Spawn comic book.
RuneScape, the official handbook.
It's got a Scholastic logo at the bottom. That's my favorite.
So I thought, is this like a splat for like a RuneScape tabletop? Oh, no, it's a book fair book.
I didn't know they allowed devil worship at a Scholastic book fair. Weird. What's next? They're going to have Harry Potter
sweet
books?
orc there.
Oh, man, that's some
This
good art.
is good art.
So what is that? Is that like, what is the official handbook?
Well, first I'm going to read you the rules for RuneScape, okay? Rule number 1, no offensive language.
There are no rules.
You must not use any language that others might consider offensive, racist, or obscene. This includes swearing.
Okay. So the same rules we have on the Tadpog Nation Facebook group.
So I can close this book and be done with it forever. No item scamming, no password scamming, no cheating or bug abuse, no impersonating Jagex staff. So whoever Jagex staff is, like, it is important you do not make fun of him.
Gygax?
Gary Gygax.
Gary Gygax's staff?
No account sharing or trading, no macroing, no multiple logins, no encouraging others to break the rules, no misuse of customer support. Okay, you must not misuse RuneScape customer support. This includes threatening or reporting an innocent person, supplying false information, or abusing Jagex staff.
Can we just verbatim type this out and post it in Tadpog Nation as the rules?
And just have a slash through RuneScape and have it be Tadpog?
Yeah, please. Yes.
No real world item trading. Secret Santa's done.
No, sorry, that's dead.
No asking for personal details. No more asking...
Mike, how big his wiener is.
Yeah, no more.
Sorry, Master Mold.
He can't give us a number. It's against the rules. No misuse of official forums. That's it.
All right. And then that's all that's in that book.
Yep.
Is it a strategy guide? What is it?
Yeah, I think it sort of is. It's like that Final Fantasy book I used to have for Final Fantasy 11. How to play and how to get to each town and all the beginning quests.
Yeah. Was that a Brady Games jam?
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
Mastering the basic of wood cutting, fishing, cooking, how to skill up. Yeah, it's just all the...
It's a sweet strat guide.
All the introductory shit. Oh, but here's some beginner's quests and items and...
Did you ever play RuneScape?
No.
Me neither.
I barely know what it is.
I heard it wasn't very good. but I don't know. I can't say that
Like there was
specifically.
nothing EverQuest did. RuneScape didn't do anything that EverQuest didn't do better.
Yeah, can we put that in a real
A
snappy
tattoo.
Oh, yeah, that's good. How many RuneScape tattoos do you think are out in the wild?
Probably
a
more,
lot.
Probably more than we think.
Probably more than the number of mix we know.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Drew, for that.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I could start playing RuneScape if I wanted to. I appreciate it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. It's free now, right?
Let's start a guild on TADPOG Guild on RuneScape.
Yeah, let us know in TADPOG Nation Facebook group if you're on board for the RuneScape group.
We just go around trading real items and saying how big our penises are.
And definitely messing with Jijex's staff. That's the first thing I say when I get into the game. Where's Jijex's staff? I would like to mess with it, please.
You wanna copy a Game Informer? Know how big my fucking dick is? Banned.
Yeah. Also, I'm reporting everybody with false information. Guild members are all reported.
So there's no lying about how big your dick is, how big your dick is.
I feel like
because you can't report false information.
Yeah, that's true. You have to be truthful.
So if you say it, you better have a picture with a ruler beside it to back it up.
That's right. For scale. You just have another dick next to it for scale.
Look at this smaller dick to know that I have a bigger dick.
It's all relative. That's all.
Look at this small chocolate penis. Spawn?
You want to talk about
How's your week been? You got anything?
It's been good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been good. I went to the cabin party, which we've mentioned in previous episodes. We're not allowed to call it what we used to call it.
No.
It's fine.
I guess it's his family's livelihood.
So I played Werewolf for the first time, which at Dragon Con, Werewolf is the game that is super annoying
because 40 people are playing it and they take up all the space in the middle of wherever they are.
and they're shouting, and they've got them all they have 4 rings of people playing Werewolf next to each other, and it is impossible to play board games around them because, god damn it, they're just having too much fun in that circle.
Yep.
So I got to play that thing finally. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's a lot of fun.
It must be a lot of fun for 10 guys in the middle of the woods drunk to be like, let's fucking do some werewolf.
We had one woman.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
We all had one woman.
Come on. We were
Well, yep.
we were inclusive.
We all came on one woman.
We did not. One of us might have, but not all of us.
Yeah, it's true. Pops are clean.
We had 2 women. Hey, all right, we had 2 women. I forgot about all the women. So look at that. We had 2. Fuck you.
No, I did not go because I needed to be in Louisville. But I got pictures and plenty of texts, and it looked like everybody had a really good time.
I was only there for one night, and I had to be super lame and be like, it's 2 a.m. Bye.
Yep.
I can't sleep here because I want to wake up with my baby boy tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which I did not. I slept until 11.
But you at least
I had a bed.
yeah. You went home so you could have done that.
I could. Right.
You went there with the intention of
Yes,
it.
I had the potential to do that. What happened instead is I stopped at a gas station on the way home, got a big bag of beef jerky and a lot of caffeine. And then when I got home, I was like, I'm sick to my stomach and also would like to stay up all night playing Sekiro. All right, done. I went to bed at 6 in the morning, and it was one of those where it's I love Nikki so much because she just lets me do that. And that was the best. And, in the morning, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry.
And how early does Henry get up?
5:30.
God.
Yeah. Late to bed, early to rise.
Man.
Makes a young boy cranky. That doesn't rhyme. But yeah, it's the truth. He wakes up super early. We have a weird style of parenting called tag team parenting, where she wakes up early in the morning and I sleep in on the weekends. I'll get up out of bed at 10:30, and then it's all right, I'm in. Your turn to take a nap. And then she will nap until 1 or 2, and then we'll reconvene and have a late lunch, and then we'll spend the evening together, and then we repeat it on Sunday.
Hey, that sounds like that works. That's pretty good.
Sometimes it's kind of a bummer because it's on Monday I'll be sitting at work and be like, Man, we did nothing as a family this weekend, like nothing, because it's just like we just parented in shifts.
Well, it won't be that long before he's sleeping in too.
I'm so ready for him to sleep in. Yeah, that'd be super nice.
Because Kenna's pretty good. Like Kenna likes to sleep, so she'll sleep into like 9 or 10.
Oh my God, I love it.
Pretty good.
When did she start that?
She's always been a good sleeper.
Henry's a good sleeper, but he just like wants to like when his body's like, "Hey, buddy, it's time to wake up." Like he's ready. He's like, "Let's push this plastic shopping cart around and crash it into walls."
Well, it also doesn't hurt that she has sisters that she will stay up with and watch videos and hang out with, and then go to bed and get up at like 9 or 10, and then like they also like Choco Chica wants to get up too, so then they get up and get some Pop-Tarts, and then they're good. So they wake me up when they want something.
Oh man,
so
that sounds really good.
And even then, if it's only me and Kenna, like if she wakes up, she'll come in here, and I'll just like if I'm still just out of it, it's just like here, put her in bed beside me, hand her my phone, and she'll watch a video, and I'll nap for like another hour.
Thank God I'm not the only one who does that, because like there are many times where it's like, Henry, Daddy needs to take a nap. Can you just watch Science Max on your iPad while I take a nap? I'll be right here. If I hear any like, I don't know, Elsa Spider-Mans or something, I will wake up and take that iPad away.
Yeah, I mean, because Kenny can absolutely watch YouTube all day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
I mean,
so it's just like,
Google says
here,
it.
I'll indulge you for an hour, so I'll nap, then we'll get up and we'll do something.
Google says it's the perfect babysitter, and they are right.
Yep. We just have to be careful because, man, that shit, if she's plugging along on the phone, I can pick what she wants to watch, not so bad. But if she's just like, now she can work my mouse on the laptop. Like, she's seen me enough to do it so that she'll do it.
So
like,
now she's playing Doom nonstop.
Yeah.
She's addicted.
Because before she had no idea, because like Meg uses her trackpad and think everything else is touch. Like when she saw a mouse, she was like,
and Kenna's like, I can't get headshots with this.
What manner of demonry is this? So now she knows how to use one. So even on my laptop, she can pick one of her videos. But before, when it would just autoplay the next one, like she's watching something My Little Pony, I go take a shit, I come back, and suddenly it's like bronies, like animated, like buff men dressed as ponies, like dancing around and saying very weird things.
What's wrong with that?
Bopping along.
So it sounds pretty judgy to me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I've being an adult and having a kid, I've used the phrase not appropriate a whole lot more than I did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because why can't I watch that? It's not appropriate.
Being in a leadership position at work has made me say that a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
Before, I fucking hated that word. Now it's just like, I don't know what else to say besides this weird shit you just did.
Yeah, it's pretty much the best way to tell somebody.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, right. I can't say that to Henry. I guess I technically could.
Yeah. If you want him to grow up awesome.
Yeah, I don't want him to grow up awesome. I just want him to grow up be like me.
Yeah. You better not do any better than Daddy. Daddy's gonna tear you down to his level.
No.
Don't even try.
Do as good as Pop, but that's the limit.
Okay. Yeah. Or a multimillionaire that takes care of Daddy.
Yeah.
There's no like
Right.
There's no like upper middle class. It's like middle class or millionaire. It's what you can. There's no.
When you said it like grow up, be a millionaire, take care of Daddy, that sounded sexy. It sounds like you may have uttered those words before.
Maybe.
Once or twice at a bar, maybe. You know, the Millionaire Strip Club.
Well, once or twice after giving Melissa like 3 LITs. So.
Also, important update, as Dave, your bespectacled host, I've got a new Paperboy high score. Just want to throw it out there.
There you go. Please, do tell.
216,700. Recorded that shit on actual, original NES hardware.
Fuck yes.
Look at that. I took the plunge.
So recorded it, submitted it, everything?
It's not submitted yet because you know me. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
That would put me at 4th place on Twin Galaxies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably
you're gonna David tell it and just like have all these awesome runs that you're not gonna turn in. Like he has all these awesome bits that he's too insecure to actually publish.
God, I love David Tell. He is like honestly probably my favorite comedian. Like I think pretty much any comedian named Dave Chappelle, Dave Attell, Dave Coulier, all the greats. Dave,
Kids in the Hall.
Foley.
Dave Foley.
His last stand-up special, I think you can probably skip that.
Oh, yeah?
That's kind of a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
He gets really sad.
Oh, well.
Which, I mean...
Not everyone could take Notaro, some real sadness.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. If you're a Dave Foley fan, check it out, but you probably already have. But I'm also a Dave Foley fan.
If you're a fan of This Is Us, go ahead and check out Dave Foley's latest. Although, by the way, This Is Us. Okay, I love that show. Melissa and I watch it together. But spoilers. If you want to watch This Is Us and you're not current,
I'm gonna leave.
You can fast forward like a minute.
I'll set my watch.
Okay.
I'll come back in a minute.
Okay.
All right, I'm leaving. All right, I'm gone. Just pretend like I'm gone.
Okay.
I'm not actually gonna leave.
That in the latest, where two characters have a baby. After trying for a while, they have a baby. The baby comes early at like 27 weeks.
It happens to a lot of babies.
Yep. Comes early at 27 weeks.
What?
It's in the NICU, and they're very worried about it.
What?
And its name is Jack.
What?
So, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Way to take my life. This Is Us.
I think you are owed some royalties.
Yeah.
Wow, that is bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really spoilers. We
If you've listened to
Regular listen.
other episodes of this podcast and know what's going on in my life, not a spoiler.
not a spoiler
not a
at all.
spoiler.
Yeah, it's just, life. Wow, that is weird.
Yeah. Although, granted, my Jack came at 25 weeks, so not quite.
Yeah.
So we had it harder than This Is Us, Jack, so stronger baby.
Clearly.
Spawn.
You want to talk about Spawn?
Talk about Spawn.
Yeah, I guess. Here you go, mysterious iTunes donor. Mm-hmm. Tim.
Hope this is worth it.
Hope you enjoy this episode.
It's not gonna be. Even if you only gave $1, it's not gonna be.
He did better than that. He did us a solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. All right. Well, then I apologize for what's about to happen.
You know what? We're just gonna be.
Would you like a chocolate penis?
I thought you'd never ask.
I'll take it out.
It's weird if I ask for one, but if I'm offered one, it's fine.
I just go to bathhouses late at night just hoping somebody will just offer. I'm not going to ask.
Oh, weird. Someone knocked next to this hole. Yeah, let's talk about Spawn. Todd McFarlane's Spawn: the video game. Do you hear that, Tyler?
I do.
What is it? Let's do it. We can do it drier than that.
Here we go, kid. I got a chocolate. You like this chocolate peanut?
Oh, weird. Todd McFarlane at a glory hole is here in the studio.
Boom. Boom.
Who weirdly sounds like Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs. Oh, that's a weird one.
Would you eat my chocolate? I'd eat my chocolate.
For the record, I would eat Todd McFarlane's chocolate because
And Buffalo Bill.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Buffalo Bill can make Daddy a millionaire. Todd McFarlane maybe.
He can make you a legend, though. Buffalo Bill can make you a statistic.
While I'm pulling this up on Wikipedia, Tyler, of course I hear that, which ushers in a segment. Dave furiously searched for Spawn, the video game, on Wikipedia. Have you ever read any Spawn comics?
I know the only thing I know about Spawn is based on Josh had some sort of a magazine back when we were like in early high school, maybe.
Wizard?
I don't think it was Wizard.
Okay.
It could have been Wizard, but I don't think it was. So it listed, like, people were talking about the top 10 strongest non-DC heroes. Because I feel like...
Well, Spawn's power is infinite.
Yeah?
It is.
Okay.
But it's also limited. Which is a thing that confused the fuck out of me
That's
when I was...
good writing?
when I read the instruction manual. Because it says that Spawn's power is infinite but limited. And at that moment, I realized I was not going to like this video game.
Because I want to say it was the top 10 Marvel, but Spawn's not Marvel. So I don't know what the conditions were. It just was not DC.
Not DC.
Top 10 strong. So Josh and I talked about this list for years, trying to analyze who fit in where.
It was Fuck DC Magazine.
And I want to say like Spawn was like number 7 maybe. And I was just, both of us were completely unfamiliar with Spawn. And reading that list of his powers, and I know Shake was into him for just like a minute, and it told me a little bit about it. Like, he said that every one of his comics, there's always like a gauge in the corner of how long he has before his powers are out, and he's just
Dragged to hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Other than that, and then
That's where the limited comes
the
in.
General of Hell and things like that. I really don't know that much.
No, me neither. Which is probably why this is going to be the best episode of TADPOG we've ever had.
Yep. And I feel like this game, it's really important you really like Spawn. It's really important.
Yeah, you have to like Spawn, or you're probably not going to like this video game.
Or understand what's going on.
Yeah, there's a measure of that for sure. I
had no idea that Spawn is related to Dalzim from Street Fighter 2.
And M. Bison as well. And also Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
Because if you were wondering if he does have the moves of those 4 characters, sometimes he does.
And infinite cosmic power. It'd be living space.
And it's true. This game wasn't made by Capcom. You want to do the Dave read some Wikipedia?
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's all good.
We kept getting ideas of what to say.
Well, I was gonna say that I remember when Spawn came out because I was reading. I could afford to get with my allowance, I could probably get a Marvel comic a week, and I say a Marvel comic because I was not interested in DC or anything else.
Oh yeah, Artsy AJ. If anybody even so much as breathes a word about DC, she flips out. Because no DC in this house
because she's cultured.
What about Batman? Yeah, well, even Batman.
Wow.
So,
except you got to exclude Batman.
I think Batman's that's the only DC that I thoroughly give a pass.
He had a wonderful animated series. He gets a pass.
Yeah,
and then some pretty good movies.
Yeah,
2 good ones, and then an okay one.
You talking about the originals? Are you talking about The Dark Knight? You talking about okay,
Dark Knight, probably the best Batman movie.
Yeah,
right.
Batman Begins. I will say that.
Also good.
I love Batman 2 with the Penguin. I feel like it's just because Danny DeVito is fucking amazing.
Of course, and you got penguins with barber poles strapped to their backs.
I'm pretty neutral to Michael Keaton as Batman, but
that holds a special place in my heart. But
he wasn't my first Batman. My first, because I think I'd seen bits and pieces of those movies.
Yeah.
But my first sit down, watch a Batman movie was sadly, it wasn't that bad. Val Kilmer.
Okay.
Who I think looks the part of Bruce Wayne, but that's where it ends.
I guess.
Back then, not now. Not now. Not when he came into the Royal Restaurant whenever I was managing it in D.C. and ordered pancakes, fucking looking like, oh, God, he looked like a fat version of that first boss from Final Fight.
Oh, God, I can't. Now, thank you for ruining this podcast for me. I'm going to be trying to think of his name. I know this. Just give me 2 hours. I know who you're talking about. I remember when Spawn came out, I was reading Marvel Comics, X-Men pretty much exclusively, and it's I remember agonizing over do I get X-Men or Wolverine? I can't. Wolverine. I like Wolverine a lot. And then they had this Gambit miniseries, and it's fuck. I'm not made of money. I'm not made out of $1.25s. So,
what do you think I have? $5? Fuck.
Right. Which will get you a comic book now.
Yeah.
Which really sucks. But man, I remember when Spawn came out, and I remember being scared of that comic because I was scared of the devil and did not want to read this.
You're a good Catholic boy. You
demonic. Yeah, I was
scared of the devil and scared of your penis is what a good Catholic boy is.
I was not scared of my penis. I feel like I was.
That's why you're not practicing anymore.
It is. I practice. Practice makes perfect. But yeah, I didn't read Spawn, and but I was always ooh, man, this Spawn guy looks badass. He's
very 90s badass.
Yeah, no, sure, of course. But he's what's weird to me now is okay, when I was a kid, this never registered to me. But now as an adult looking back on Spawn, it's oh, Spawn is an amalgamation of a bunch of Marvel characters because he looks like Venom, which makes sense because Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, so we got Venom. All right, well, make the wire a little bit more places. All right. So we got Venom.
Well, give him eyes. You gotta give him green eyes, so he's not Venom.
He looks sort of cold. Okay, we'll give him Doctor Strange's cloak.
Cloak of levitation. Right. Check. All right. What else could we do? Punisher's got a chain. Yep. Check.
There you go. Ghost Rider, and chain. Punisher.
But Ghost Rider only has one chain. Should there be more than one chain? Yes.
Well, okay. He's better than Ghost Rider. More than one. So yeah,
way better. Also, I don't know, man. Can we add anything else? Punisher's got a skull. Oh yeah, let's put some skulls on him. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I'll be honest. Like, because I haven't read any Spawn, and I haven't read any.
So sorry if you love Spawn. We apologize. We don't know anything about Spawn.
Yeah, but it's like
we're just going surface level what we see.
Exactly. I have read one issue of Spawn, and it was for this podcast, and I liked it.
Yeah.
So I'll say that I liked it. I like the art a lot.
Oh, I guess I used to always see incredibly expensive, very detailed Spawn action figures at Suncoast growing up.
Yes, the very expensive Todd McFarlane action figures.
I remember always thinking it was weird then, like, who is Todd McFarlane that he has to put this on everything? He's not Disney. Like, why?
The thing about Spawn is he always seemed like an absolute 90s badass, of course. But it's like when I was a kid, none of that like shit registered for me. And it's like I haven't read any interviews with Todd McFarlane or anything like that. But knowing the situation with how like Image started, where it's like, fuck DC, fuck Marvel. These are our creations. We want to own our creations, which is absolutely valid. I 100% agree with that. Like, so many writers and artists at Marvel and DC have been royally fucked over.
Yeah.
And it's like, because they just sign their work away. And it's like, yeah, they'll be credited as the creator, but they don't get that money.
Yeah.
But so it's like, but I don't know if that's why Spawn is an amalgamation, because it almost feels like a big fuck you to Marvel, where it's like, I'm going to take all these things from Marvel characters and put them into one character, and you can't do anything about it. Like, it just feels like a big...
He's not quite any one of them.
Exactly.
So fuck off.
It feels like a big 8-knuckled middle finger, which is like, all right.
Oh, and he's straight from hell, too,
Right.
so fuck off.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. I think that's kind of cool, but also that in itself feels very 90s too. But anyway, Spawn. Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the video game, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the video game, is a video game.
All right, there we go.
Wait for it. Based on the Spawn comic book character
Perfect.
created by Todd McFarlane. It doesn't say that last bit, but I just felt like it would be a nice...
And it's written in a sideways 8? Like I can just keep reading it?
Oh shit! I'm actually not on. I'm on Wikipedia Infinity mode. I pay $5 a month for that privilege. It was released in the United States and Europe for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System console. It was developed by Yuki Yotai and published by Acclaim Entertainment.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Why is that?
Because this very much reminded me of, like, again, an amalgamation of, like, Maximum Carnage.
Sure.
And especially the death and return of Superman.
Sure.
And I don't know, and sort of a little bit, in a very weird Spider-Man, X-Men, Arcade's Revenge.
Oh, wow. That's
So-
a very bad one.
Yeah.
You're lumping this in with a very bad one.
Which that was,
Did
I think that
Acclaim
was
do
JL,
that?
I think that was JLN and Acclaim, or
That
just
was
JLN.
I don't know.
But some of the sprites kind of reminded me a little bit.
We'll get to it.
Well, I guess it also reminded me a little bit of Super Ghosts and Goblins.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have offended me deeply.
Just the hellish backgrounds reminded me of some of those later levels.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, especially like the levels in Super Ghouls and Ghosts where it's like just made out of eyeballs. Right.
Just made out of the you're inside some demon stomach and there are eyeballs and goblins and that's it.
Okay. All right. All is forgiven. My feelings are still hurt, but I love you, so I'll forgive you.
Okay. Hey, I got this friendship contract, so.
Yeah, you can't back out of that now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Acclaim kind of had like, I don't know, man. Not really. Never put a whole lot of trust behind a game that was published by Acclaim, except for like that Mortal Kombat, man.
Did they do NBA James?
I think they did NBA James.
NBA
So they
James.
got that too. But I don't know, man. Acclaim was always kind of one of those where it's like, it wasn't like Capcom to me. Like when I was a kid, dude, like it didn't matter if I'd heard of the game. If I picked up a Capcom game to rent, I knew it wasn't going to be horrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like know if it was going to be exceptional, but there was always this thing where it's like, if it's a Disney Capcom game, it's going to be playable.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to enjoy it. And it's like, I don't know, Konami was like that too when I was a kid, for like the NES specifically. It's like, if I see those two logos, I'm going for one of those games.
Yep.
If they're gone, then yeah, maybe Hudson Soft, maybe.
Yeah, also a little bit more gamble. You're right.
Sure.
You're right.
That's kind of how I feel with Acclaim.
LJN, you're going to have a bad time.
LJN, yeah. You're probably going to have a bad time unless it's Jaws.
You're right. Other than that.
In which you're going to love it. Anyway, Spawn the video game, Todd McFarlane, features Al Simmons, Spawn. That's his name. He got blown up, went to Deadsville. I don't know if he went to hell specifically, but he did make a deal with a demon.
Well, good. I mean, Demon John Leguizamo, according to the movie.
Have you seen the movie?
I was very tempted to watch it last night. I was very tempted.
But did you?
Skyrim won, so no. But
Sex one for me.
I watched like some clips and stuff of the movie, and that CGI did not look like it aged well at all.
No. Doc Bustos, which you probably have seen on the Facebook
I recognize
group.
the name.
He has the best avatar ever on Facebook. He informed me on Twitch chat when I was playing this game that there is a scene in the movie where John Leguizamo, his character, eats a pizza with maggots on it, and he swears that John Leguizamo actually ate a pizza with maggots on it. Like
all right.
the method style of acting.
I mean, John Leguizamo is known for that.
I also love the fact that we both stumbled on John Leguizamo's name. I feel like you did that out of solidarity.
We're very white.
Thank
it's
you.
okay.
We're super white.
I still can't say Jorge's last name, so it's okay.
That was a fun little bit on a TADPOG episode where I think we actually try to pronounce his name for 2 minutes.
Sam, I have to look this up.
Oh, you're gonna look up the bit where he eats the maggot pizza?
Yep.
Okay, I'll continue on with Wikipedia while you do that. So Al Simmons, aka Spawn, is trying to save the lives of 13 children in a beat 'em up type of video game. The game received mixed reviews by critics. The graphics were praised, while the unoriginality of the game was criticized.
He confirmed on Twitter that he did indeed eat maggots on a pizza.
Wow.
He only swallowed a few.
Oh, okay, but okay, that's enough.
Yeah. I mean, I would, if I had the opportunity to eat that one cheese that is outlawed in the United States that is made by maggots.
For maggots.
Yeah.
Mother approved. I don't know. Kid, what do kids love it? Mother approved. What is it? Kicks?
Or is that life? Or I don't know.
All right.
Eat some maggots.
Eat some maggots,
Eat
kid.
some maggots, shithead.
We used to have something to rhyme with that, but we don't anymore.
But I would eat that one cheese that requires the enzymes that maggots produce. So I'm not going to throw that much shade. I'm sure he made more money in that movie than I'll ever have. So sure, maggots, all right, fine.
Well, I think it's like kind of awesome that he ate
we're all going to
maggots.
be eating maggots in 20 years anyway.
He's just ahead of his time.
Yeah.
He's like Sega. just way ahead of his time.
I've always said John Leguizamo is the Sega of actors.
Ouch. Ouch. He listens. You might want to clear that up.
He's got, I mean, hey, he was good in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah.
His stand-up is good. I've liked John Leguizamo's stand-up.
Dude, I remember
It's
watching
very
his
good.
want to was in middle school, and that is very good.
Yep.
Very good. All right, we've made it up to John Leguizamo, I think. You want to talk about this game?
Sure.
Or are we done?
No, I think we're done.
He's got Street Fighter moves, kinda.
Yeah, well, he does have Street Fighter moves that
John Leguizamo does.
John Leguizamo. I understand that this game, side-scrolling, beat 'em up with some arcade action in it. All very, cutscenes that are very Maximum Carnage style. All the cutscenes are.
Yeah, which are like panels from the comics. I mean, that makes sense. And they don't look great, but I don't expect them to because it's 16-bit SNES graphics.
And Maximum Carnage, really, the panels in it made no sense. I'm just familiar with Spider-Man enough that I could
piece it together,
clomp along.
Sure. Yeah.
But with Spawn, I have no idea who any of these characters are,
Sure.
why they're here, why they're talking to Spawn, why they're mean to him, why he's mean to them.
And that's not Spawn's fault. That's not the video game's fault. Because it's like, maybe they could have been a little bit better at that, like to be inclusive to like people who are just like, I don't know, man, I rented this because I like beat 'em ups and it was the only one left at the store.
And if it didn't come with an instruction manual, you're missing a huge chunk of this game.
And if it did come with the instruction manual, you're still missing a huge chunk of this game. Yes.
Because like if I feel like I have to judge so many games by the standard Mega Man X set. Because the introduction,
is a very high bar.
It's a high bar, but man, teaching, you have to be, it's important to know how to play your game. And like these special moves that you have to do in this game, I got to a point where I didn't know how to do them. I'm not going to look up these fucking moves. I don't know. I had to move around the controller to even make sense to me in the first place.
They're in the instruction manual, which does not help a lot.
Yeah.
Because they are very difficult inputs. Like even knowing like, okay, so there is a boss in this game, and are you ready for a 40-minute segment?
Uh-huh.
There's a boss in this game, the boss of level 2, and he is the hardest boss I fought in the entire game. I did not finish this game.
Mm-hmm.
I got to level 6.
I got halfway through this game.
And there is like how far is that? I don't even know how many levels are in this.
I was in I guess I was in hell.
Oh, you got farther than I did.
So it was just because I was in hell and I got to a point where I had to use a special move to progress any further. I didn't know it. Even if I looked it up, I had to change the inputs on the controller to make any sense to me. And I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I understand. I'll watch some videos to see how the rest of this game goes, but
maybe I did get to that point. Did you have to teleport like up past some spikes?
Yep.
Yes. I did get to that point.
Like there's this flame, because the flame animation is fucking ridiculous in that like Spawn has an enormous hitbox.
Yes.
Fucking enormous.
And his attacks are ridiculously short. Like, I mean, it must be like part of the devil's curse. Like the pact that he made was like, you can only punch like your elbows are sewn to your sides of your torso. Like that's it.
Yep.
Full extension.
His,
it's not like
his heavy kick and heavy punch were a little better, but fuck, man.
But still, like, and maybe
he's so tall,
very tall.
It's like that Barbie game where Barbie's like takes up half the screen. She's so fucking tall. Spawn is so tall, but no horizontal, and his hitbox. It's just
Monster Barbie Rampage. We're all familiar with that one.
I mean, there's some shit you can't get away from. You're gonna get hit. You take up too much of the screen, and too much shit is everywhere. And fire is the worst.
Fire is the worst, and it doesn't help that like talking about like Spawn's hitbox and his hurt box and all that like doesn't help the fact that it's like it is impossible to play this game and not think of Maximum Carnage because like I had that same thought too. It is because it's
only Maximum Carnage is on a 3D plane. This is completely
side-scrolling 2D, yeah. And Spawn has a lot more platforming elements in it than Maximum Carnage does, which I'll be honest, I think the platforming elements in this game play pretty well.
Fine. I don't have any problem with them.
And a lot of like the fun I had with the game was like, or I shouldn't say fun, but the way I would progress is realizing that, oh, this is a platforming segment and just avoiding as many enemies as possible just to get to the next area. But then they throw
That's what I
areas.
ended up doing.
They throw areas at you where it's like can't progress until you kill a certain number of enemies, but they don't tell you that. And so it's like I'll rush to the end, not be able to progress, and then all of a sudden the wave of enemies that I've been like avoiding are coming in. But the special moves. Okay, so anyway, the level 2 boss was the hardest boss I fought in the game. I want to reiterate that. The boss of level 2 has 2 forms, has an ability, he's called the Redeemer. Spawn people know who that is because I know Lord Dennis came in when I was streaming. He was like, oh, did I miss the Redeemer? And it's like, oh, the Redeemer's a big deal. And I made the mistake of like, well, I'll go back and do it. And then got like super, super, super frustrated. Because the Redeemer...
Because I sent you a message like, did you fucking beat the Redeemer?
Right.
This is ridiculous.
And I did, and here's how. I got lucky. I got him in a corner and then spammed the one special move that he is weak against, which is very hard. Like, I honestly do not know how I pulled it off because it's like the special moves are ridiculous. I had to hold down the right trigger, press right, left, and then the left trigger, which sounds easy enough, but it's also like... First of all, it's not. And second of all, it's like, what game is that a special move input? Like, well,
That's more of a code for invincibility than it is a special move.
Right. That's not a thing you do like in the middle of combat. It's not like fluid. Like, I don't know, quarter circle forward, X.
Yep.
It's like, so this boss, the Redeemer, has the ability to two-shot you. He has Cyclops' optic blast, and if it hits Spawn's pretty much
And you have
done
an
for.
extremely narrow window to avoid it.
Yes.
Like you have to time your jump with the widening of that beam perfectly, or you're getting
Or
hit.
you're going to get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't jump very high. You're able to glide if you
Well,
hold
you
down.
might jump high, but you're so fucking big.
That is true. Your feet are going to touch the blast or something, and you're going to die.
There's so few things. Like ducking and jumping avoids almost nothing in this game.
Very true. And then you also, the Redeemer, when you beat the Redeemer, you punch him out a window, and then you fight him again. And it's like, what the fuck?
Well, his first form, because you chase him down a hallway and he's throwing ghost parts at you, maybe.
Yeah, he's in a ghost factory.
And then at the end, when he's back against the wall,
Yeah.
he just does his
Spams
optic
it.
blast.
He spams
over
optic blast.
and over
Yeah.
and over until so I didn't know any special moves. So I
Just chip away
yep.
with a punch, because a punch does like maybe 64th of it, deals like 64th of his life bar in damage.
Yep. So the only thing I could do, I've got save states hotkeyed onto my Super Nintendo controller. So I would time it right, get a hit, save
It.
state.
Oh, God.
And then, if I fucked up, reload. And every time I got a successful hit, I save state until I was able to beat him, because it's that fucking ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Because even if there was something like in the game where I paused it and it said moves list,
Yeah.
so I even would have known there were these special moves, but there's no, outside of having the instruction
Yeah.
manual to read, you do not know.
And I can give it a pass, because I do feel like that is the era of you still need an instruction booklet. I mean, yeah, we're kind of getting away from that,
Yep.
but
I feel like bare minimum, it could have been like press start, press select, and see your moves list. See what, okay, I want to try this,
Yeah.
go back and do it. That would have been the least they could have given. And given that could have been a hint as well.
I am curious if people who read Spawn knew, like, oh, this is how Spawn defeated the Redeemer. Like, I'm curious if it's like canon, where it's like, oh, he's weak against this special punch. Because like the move that hurts the Redeemer in the game is Spawn's like fist turns green and then he punches.
And there's
A lot of damage.
I watched a tool assisted speed run, and they use that punch to murder so much shit in the game. Like,
Oh, really?
Where I would just do chip damage to everything with punches, kicks, and your Dalzim floaty kick.
The drill
was
kick.
all I fucking did.
Yeah.
Was the drill kick.
Well, it's super effective against a lot of the bosses,
Yeah.
which is another thing that is ridiculous, because it's like you get done with the Redeemer and then you fight the one Spawn villain that I knew of, the Violator.
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo, the clown / horned giant gremlin demon.
Who's like the final boss, like badass in the movie, but he's just kind of he was an easy boss in my opinion.
Yeah, a mook. And it's like he's like easier than the first boss, overt kill. And it's like I beat both of those bosses just by doing Dalsim's drill kick, like over and over again. It got the job done.
Yep.
So it is ridiculous to me that like the hardest fucking boss that requires like precision jumping and pulling off, like you got to pull off this special move punch like in between his optic blast,
Which
like,
is just a few seconds.
yeah. So it's like if you had more time,
You can't get over him and hit him. He'll hurt you.
He's up against the wall.
There are a lot of enemies who they have parts of their movement where if you can't hurt them. They will hurt you if you touch them.
They will hurt you if
Yep.
you right, exactly. Which is like, I'm okay with that if the logic is baked in. Let's take Ghosts and Goblins, for instance. You touch any enemy in that game and you're taking damage. But it's like in games where it's inconsistent, like Spawn, where it's like, well, some enemies...
If I punch him, I'm going to hurt me, so I
Right.
can't punch him now.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like...
And sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes, again, in his second form, when he's like running around, I should be able to kick him. But if he's with his little blade,
Right.
But like if he's in motion, nope, you're gonna hurt yourself. He has to stop.
my
Then you can hurt him.
God. And like what drove me crazy is you were talking about his flame blade that he pulls out. There is like a frame or two in his animation where he's like pulling it out where it's like if you're using that punch, that special punch that he is subjective to major damage, like you cannot hit him. Like, and it's like you don't get a frame of animation where it's like, oh, this is ineffective. It just nothing happens. And it's like this it's so frustrating because it feels like it is hard because it's lazy.
Yep.
Like that's the thing where it's like, I don't know, man. It feels like maybe Acclaim was like talking to the developers and they're like, well, all right, put a really hard boss in at level 2 so that people who rent this game won't get past it, then they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, quite possibly.
That's what it feels like to me.
And again, like it's got the Super Nintendo syndrome of huge
sprites
that are very, very slow. And it's just like that is not fun to me at all. Like,
no,
I like a fast fighter, like this molasses slow. Like, if you can tell, like I can see where some people would enjoy this game. I can, and I think it's fun to have a beat 'em up that has all these Street Fighter moves in it to mix it up. That is a cool concept, and I like that. But I don't feel like this is done particularly well.
No, it is not done well. And I think it's frustrating because games like this where I feel like there is potential and that potential is not met makes me frustrated because I do think that this game does a lot of things right or tries to do a lot of things right at its core. Like a lot of Spawn's moves that aren't special move inputs are kind of cool. I mean, it's like there's a dash. You can dash in this game, and then you can damage people with that dash. You can use
do like a sliding kick.
And Bison's knee press. And you can do a whole bunch of shit. And it's like you can do sweeps with his chain. And it's like, that's really cool. I like that.
Gliding with his cloak.
Yes.
And important to different levels, avoiding platforms and shit.
Right.
That's cool.
I love that. But it's like, man, the bad stuff is really bad. I think the graphics are good. I think it looks good. I think this is a good looking game. I think it's a good sounding game. I think the music is really good. Phil clued me in, Sandwich Boat Phil in Twitch chat clued me in that because he kept saying that the music sounded like the music from, I think, ActRaiser. And I was like, yeah, it does kind of sound familiar. And he looked up the composer, and she's done a bunch of games for Capcom games.
Okay.
And that might be, I don't know, Ghosts and Goblins vibe. Some of that might be coming from that too. I don't know. But it's frustrating because it's a good looking, good sounding game that plays well sometimes and then also doesn't play well at other times. And when it doesn't play well, it really doesn't play well. And they throw weirdly paced levels at you. And it's also I don't know if you noticed.
Infinite continues, and you continue at the each end of every segment.
I almost forgot to talk about this.
Yeah.
When you asked me, I think you asked me if I finished the game, and I said no because I got to level 6 and then realized a huge overarching game mechanic and noped the fuck out. It does feel like you get infinite continues, and that is really shitty because it is not true. You have a finite number of continues. You know that bar. Okay, top left of the screen, you have a health bar. Top right of the screen are some numbers with colons that you have no idea what it's all about.
Oh, I thought that was like a timer that was just fucked up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's 9:9:9:9. The sequel to 999. And every time you cast I kept calling it cast a spell because to me it looked like in D&D it looks like, oh, I have level 4. I have 4 levels of spells, and like these are the number of spells I have at each slot.
Yeah.
But it's like anytime you use a special move, that number dwindles. Also, when you die, that and continue, that number dwindles. When that number gets to 0, your game is over. And when the game is over, it says you get to a screen where it's like, okay, no worries. Here are passwords for all the levels that you've completed. But it also keeps track of how much that you had on that timer. Now I get back to level 2, where at the end of level 2, because of the Redeemer, I think I had like 3,000 of my 9,999 points because I kept dying. And even when I didn't even every time I would die, I'm attempting to use this special move that will kill the guy.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm double burning like through all of my fucking power. And I got to the point where it was like, no, I'm done. I'm not going to finish
I
this
got to
game.
restart from the beginning and conserve every. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I don't know. And the thing that bothered me the most about it is I might have overlooked it, but I did look twice, and there is nothing in the instruction manual that says like that this is a system and this is how it works.
Yeah.
Instead, what the instruction manual has is a list of all the special moves and then multiple pages with characters from the comics with dialogue balloons, and those portraits just stay the same throughout the whole thing. And it's like, why have filler when you could like explain this mechanic?
Yeah, teach me how to play the game.
But in fairness, that is Spawn's character. And a few people told me that, where it's like, well, that's kind of how Spawn works. Like, that's his timer, and when that timer runs out, he goes back to hell. That's great, but like, I don't know that. It's great that they're like staying true to the character, but like as a player, like, knowing nothing about Spawn, it's like, I don't know that shit.
Yeah.
How would I know that?
So it's
How would I guess
essential that you, and I feel like other comic video games aren't that obtusely tied to the source material.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I think the argument to that is typically they're not tied to the source material enough. It's like every video game where I'm playing Wolverine, it's like, what about my healing factor? And sometimes it's in there, but most of the time it's not. And it's like, it takes you out of that power fantasy where it's like, I'm fucking Wolverine.
Can't use your claws that much.
Right, exactly. Every time you use your claws, you use up a little bit of your mutant meter.
Yep.
And if that mutant meter gets down to zero,
Because that's his mutant power, is his adamantium claws.
Right. So I do feel like Spawn, the video game, is like overcompensating for that because it's like, oh, listen, motherfuckers, you're playing a Spawn, you get the good and you get the bad. And it's a thing that I'm sure fans of the comic liked and enjoyed, but as a dude who doesn't know much about it, it's like, this is not a good mechanic for a game. It's essentially tying your lives, it's pulling a whole bunch of resources together. Like, I don't know, man, like how fun would it be in Street Fighter where it's like every time you Hadouken you lose a quarter of your life?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, it doesn't sound too fun to me.
Nope.
But whatever. Spawn.
Because I watched some YouTube videos, like, I want to know how strong Spawn is. Give me something, some kind of basis that I can know how strong is Spawn, what are some of Spawn's abilities, what can he do? And the YouTube video was telling me, like, because, of course, then them telling me this, like, because this game makes me think, like, if I didn't know Spawn, I would think Spawn is on, like, Daredevil's level. He's a street-level vigilante.
Yeah.
Is what I would think.
Sure.
The video is telling me about, like, how he has defeated both Satan and God, and they had to team up to take him down.
What?
Yeah. And, like, at one point, Spawn was God, and all sorts of, like, okay, from what this video is telling me about Spawn the comic, this game makes no sense as to how these guys with pipes are beating me down.
Oh, man. I'm glad you mentioned the guys with pipes. Did you notice something weird when you started the game? Like the very first level, you're on a rooftop, and there's a rooftop
Oh, it's an
next to you.
infinite number of guys.
Infinite thugs running at Spawn, jumping, missing, falling to their death.
Yep.
And it's just a stream. It's just a stream of guys. You can sit there for as long as you want. Guys just keep coming, jumping, falling, dying. That's a bug in programming that they never bothered to fix. Yeah. that is a bug in programming they never bothered. That's
All
an
right.
infinitely spawning.
Super, I sat there, it's like, man, is this really telling me that a lot of people really want to get Spawn?
So bad.
Like a lot of guys from the gym in their 20s really want to get Spawn.
Yeah. So, also, Damned is the name of the first boss in Final Fight.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But probably not in the SNES version.
Yeah, probably not.
I think it was Axel. In
yeah,
the SNES
it's
version.
like Chet.
I think.
Chet Madgear.
Chet Madgear.
Yeah, so I watched like more like the boss, because to get to the point that I got to there were like these spiky platforms that the longer I stayed on them, the more they would sink down. And I had to jump up and do like the Mega Man wall kicking mechanic to keep going up.
Sure.
But there is this fire demon constantly like, out of my reach firing fire projectiles. If that touches, spawns a massive fucking hitbox. You fly back like Simon Belmont and you're on fire.
Yeah.
And then like
Fire's bad.
there's no like it was impossible for me to get up there without a special move. I know that's not happening, so I quit there about halfway through.
At least in that segment, you have a little bit of time to pull the special move off. Like I get it. It's still kind of shitty where it's
you can
like
turn into fireballs and race past it is what I saw.
Oh, really?
The speedrunners do.
Yeah,
you can turn into like a green skull ball and go up,
that's
or
his teleport.
turn into like a phoenix and go up. So I don't know.
Well, okay. Usually I'm in a situation where it's like, am I judging this game as objectively as possible? And in this case, I think I could say yes, because I'm going into it not knowing anything about Spawn, not having any nostalgia glasses. Like, this is straight up, like, this is raw. Like, this is a raw opinion.
Yep.
This game sucks.
This is like if I had my dad playing a video game. Like, we don't know anything about it, so here it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like this game.
That's a shitty apology.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so sorry if you like this game.
You like this game.
No, like I don't like shitting on stuff that people like. I'm sure I feel like people were excited, like, oh yeah, Spawn. I love this game. Sorry, Cody, Doppelganger Cody.
Did you gather that from the way unexpected number of reactions to, hey, we're recording a Spawn podcast?
Yep.
Wow, a lot of people were way on board with that.
Yep.
So you probably hated this episode.
You may not be here anymore. I can see where people would enjoy this game, especially if you like Spawn.
Yep.
I feel like there was a lot of potential to it that didn't pan out.
Yep. I think.
But if you understood it, if you understood how the comics work, you might have had a better time.
Yep. And I think that if you liked Spawn the video game, you probably like it for the same reason that I like Maximum Carnage, which I'll be real with you, Maximum Carnage is not a great game.
Nope. I just like that you can be Venom.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I like that you can be Venom. That game is way too hard.
Oh, God, yes.
So, I mean, it's kind of one of those where it's like, I get it. If you like the game and you played it as a kid, I get it. I also, I don't think Maximum Carnage is a good game, but let me rephrase that. I don't think it's a great game, but I still love it.
Yeah.
I still love it.
If you're a fan of the source material, it's just fun to be able to play it.
I'm a fan of the source material, and I remember playing it as a kid. It's like a double whammy.
They're supposed to be filming a new Spawn movie starting in June of this year.
No, they're not.
Uh-huh.
Are they really?
Yep.
Well, no, this is perfect timing then.
Yep.
They getting John Leguizamo back?
They didn't say.
So probably no.
I think Jamie Foxx's Spawn.
Oh, I forgot about. I did hear about that.
I heard about it a long time ago, and I think now they finally have everything set up to start start filming this year in June.
Here's the problem with Spawn live action. Like, dude, so much of Spawn is how he's drawn.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck do you do that in live action? Like, I guess, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like Todd McFarlane's like
someone get Peter Jackson. We need a fucking Lord of the Rings style budget on this bitch to make it look like hell and Spawn and everything else.
Well, even I'm just thinking about his cloak. I mean, like, how? How do you do that? Like, because that's like some next level. Like, that's not cloak of levitation. Like, that's like exaggerated.
Yeah, that's one thing I imagine a studio would want them to lose.
Oh, but you can't get rid of that fucking. You can't get rid of that cloak. It's the same boat where it's like, I remember when I heard about the Venom movie and I was like, yikes. How are they going, like, how is that going to look? Like, that's my biggest thing with Spawn is like, how is that going to look?
I mean, I thought Venom looked good.
Yeah.
It was weird having a Venom that didn't have Spider-Man abilities.
Yeah. I still haven't seen it.
Because, I mean, I see why it was a mixed bag. I liked it. I think the sequel will be fantastic. But this one, like, I enjoyed it.
Venom 2.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Where he learns how to dance.
Because, I mean, I suspect Carnage will be in the second one, so I'm very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, I guess.
Played by Woody Harrelson, which I think will be good.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm on board. Never mind. I love Woody Harrelson, like, so much that it's like, yeah, okay.
The post-credit scene is Eddie Brock going to interview
Cletus Cassidy.
And when you walk in, and he does sort of have the sideshow Bob hair, but
Excellent.
it's Woody Harrelson just like shaking his head at him as soon as he walks in.
Excellent.
So
okay, cool. All right. Okay.
So Woody Harrelson, I feel like that's good casting.
Wow, you took me from 0 to 100 on that. I haven't even seen the movie Venom, but it's like you mentioned Woody Harrelson. It's Woody Harrelson to me is like almost like Bill Murray. Where
They
it's
won't
like,
shy away from making that a R movie either.
yeah, and they can't.
So.
They shouldn't do it. But it's like like Woody Harrelson now is to me like Bill Murray, where it's like, oh, Woody Harrelson's in it, so it's probably going to be he's going to be entertaining in that movie. Mm-hmm. If the movie is bad, at least I know that Woody Harrelson will be entertaining in that movie. All right, great. So Spawn, don't play it.
Yeah, yeah. That's one. If you don't know anything about it or having nostalgia, it's a hard one to go back to.
Mm-hmm. I won't lie to you. I am tempted to try to finish the game, even though I really don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do not like it when I give up on a game. It really stings.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, man, I still need to beat Castlevania 3. That game butt fucks me every time I play it. Like, I mean, it is just like, holy shit. But it's a fun game. So it's also one of those where it's like, this game is very difficult, but also I'm having a good time. Spawn is just
trudge.
Maybe I could get through it.
Do you have any achievements?
Maybe. Do you?
I have one. Well, no, that should be my beard, maybe. The power of yoga, and you get that by using your Dalsum kick to kill 20 enemies.
All right. I love it. That's how I killed most of the bosses, except for the giant spider, which I spun kick to death.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And the giant spider is something like reminds me of the giant spider in Mega Man X.
Yeah, totally, because it does move around, and yeah, I can see that. But it's not as predictable as like.
Yeah, it's not on rail like literally that spider is.
Right. Which is still tough, but at least I feel like in Mega Man X, they give you an opportunity to like figure out where it's going to go. And it's not the case in Spawn. It just kind of turns like Predator invisible. And then you kind of like I don't know, man. I just stayed in the middle and like randomly jump kicked. And it's like, that worked most of the time.
I just think just that intro level on Mega Man X is so brilliant. Why is it not done more? Why is like an intro level introducing on your own, figuring out the mechanics, not in more games like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the answer to that is that Capcom was a good development studio.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Really, like, I think that's what it boils down to. I think it goes back to like when I would rent games, and it's like, this is a Capcom game. I don't know anything about it, but
if they were smart enough to know like X controls differently than Mega Man, we're getting all of the Mega Man fans from NES now to the Super Nintendo.
Right.
Let's show them how to play.
Maybe that's what all the infinitely spawning thugs in the beginning of Spawn are for.
Yeah, for you to practice. For you to lose all your energy, because you don't get to practice because you have a finite amount.
Right. Yeah.
See, that's also bullshit. You don't get to practice
your
moves,
the special moves,
so you can
really hard to pull
them off flawlessly in front of bosses.
You can do it, but what you're doing is just sucking down your life force, baby.
God. Just talked myself into liking this game less. just then.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I've got an achievement that came in from Twitch chat, came in from Bovine Bear. Sell your soul, lose value upon return. In order to unlock Sell Your Soul, Lose Value Upon Return, you put your heart and soul into beating the second boss, only to be disappointed by the technique used to make it happen. Which is what once I pulled off that move, I got into this lucky streak where essentially I knocked him down with the special move punch, managed to pull it off a second time when he stood up, and then managed to do it a third time. And it's like, this will never happen again, which I proved moments later when I died and game overed. And Dennis was like, oh, the Redeemers in this game? I was like, yeah, let me show you. And that was a mistake because I got more angry. I got angrier because I knew that I had done it once and I could not do it a second time. And it was just like, that stream ended with me essentially saying, fuck this game. Goodbye, everybody. And that's the only achievement I have because I was too lazy to come up with any of my own.
That works. Good. Love it.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I did not enjoy Spawn, but I enjoyed talking to you about Spawn.
Yeah, man.
If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would that be?
I would give this a beard in the sense that it is what they would call a beard, in that a woman who is helping a gay man not seem gay, and that so it is spit
Easy.
on
It's a little David Tell for you.
spit on the small of a woman's back, based off John Leguizamo's stand-up, where he is a gay man having sex with a woman, can't finish, so he fakes an orgasm by pulling out and spitting on her back.
I fucking love you. You opened like two doors and reached through them, and like, man, you took me on a journey. I didn't realize that my brain was going to go down that little path today.
There you go.
Thank you. Very good. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would those be?
Well, I would have to give it someone else's eyeballs. So
All
I
right.
would give it the eyes of Jerry Blank from Strangers with Candy whenever she takes some acid and her friend's like, "What do you see?" And she opens up her eyes and it's a lot of flaming skulls laughing at her.
Yes.
And she's just like, "Nothing out of the ordinary."
Oh, man. God damn it. Yeah, dude, I don't think about Strangers with Candy enough. And it's like, what I love the most about that is you started out, and when you said Strangers with Candy, I was like, I'm not going to get this reference. And then I did. And I was like, I am so happy right now.
You got both my
I
references.
got him, baby.
I imagine not many people will, so I'm glad you're one of them that got them both.
Well, I'm the
100%.
only one who's here.
That's true.
So
Yeah. You might be the only one that ever hears them. We might get 0 listens on this episode.
yeah, I have a confession to make. I am the listener to this show. I just listen a bunch of times.
Over and over and over. You pretend to be Phil and Micah, and you have 100 different Facebook accounts.
It is exhausting.
You made your own fake shirts to put up on Amazon to trick me.
It is exhausting. I'll be honest. I just can't go on with it anymore. Like,
No, you gave me a lot of pride for several years. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
it.
I hope it was enough. But much like Spawn, my time is up, and I have to go back to
You
hell
saw
now.
your special moves. Well, Tadpog ritual suicide at the end of Spawn. This works.
We all knew it would come to this. I feel like all the listeners we've retained have just been like, I don't even like the show anymore. I just listen to see if they're either going to fuck or kill themselves.
I don't even pay attention. I just listen to the shotgun sound. That's it.
I know it's coming any day. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I have some questions for you.
All right.
Just kidding. One question.
Okay.
I want to know how much this game is on price charting. On average, how much do you think this game goes used on pricecharting.com?
$11.25.
Tyler Wayne Holland. My goodness.
All my names.
Oh my goodness.
Almost got my true name.
So very, very,
Oh, man.
very close.
Almost got the prize.
You are, whoa. You're almost within $1, which is quite a feet. You deserve something, so I will go ahead and take it out for you.
Nice. Thank you.
At least until this segment is done.
Fluff it up a little bit.
I'm going to fluff it up first. Don't worry, I always do.
You know how Daddy likes it.
You know how I like it. You know the only
I
way.
like it like a floppy slug.
There's some truth to that. Tyler, actual retail value of Todd McFarlane's Spawn, the video game, used loose on pricecharting.com at the time of this recording is $12.54. You were very close.
Pretty close.
Do you think this game is worth $12.54? I agree.
Nope.
Unless you're a collector or a big fan of Spawn.
Yep.
If you're like me and you don't know anything about Spawn, but you do like beat 'em ups.
If I was at a yard sale collecting games, saw this for $5.
Yep.
I'd
I'd
pick
probably
it up.
get up for $5. Yeah.
Yep.
It also goes for $40.46 complete and $125.96 new. that makes sense to me because I do feel like there are probably Spawn collectors who would pay that kind of money for like a new copy of the video game to have like,
just to have their complete
a complete Spawn collection. So that makes sense to me.
Guess time to we can take a call or two.
You want to take a call or two?
Yeah.
All right, let's see who called us. All right. First call looks like it's coming in from Jeppy. Just kidding. Terrified Michelle.
Okay, it's me again. I know I'm not trying to get it's Terrified Michelle. I'm not trying to give beloved Adam a run for his money.
Do it.
I also don't know why people get irritated by him.
Thank
but
you.
There
Amen.
may be something on TADPOG Nation I don't know about.
Is it really that wrong to love us?
No,
Ask yourself
no.
that. Is it
And
really?
I doubt Adam has pictures of us up in his house. So
Yeah.
I think you probably love us more. So
Yeah.
power to you, Michelle.
You did it. You've dethroned Adam.
Yeah. Adam, send us an Instagram with pictures of us in your house if you want to reclaim terrified, beloved Michelle.
All right, I have an idea. I have an idea for a Patreon thing. Hear me out. Cardboard cutouts of you and me. If you're a Patreon donor at the $10 level or higher,
We will have cutouts on our mouths, so it's fine.
it's not weird. Tyler and Dave cardboard sex dolls. They could be yours for the low price of $10 a month.
You just staple a condom onto the back.
Yeah.
And you just go to
Just use it over and over again, or supply your sex toy of choice.
I mean, put some rubber around the hole,
Yeah.
so
So you don't
for
get
your
a paper
safety
cut.
and so it doesn't get damp and
Yeah, you don't want to ruin the material, the primo material.
I don't want to walk into somebody's house and just see like kind of a floppy neck mold hole.
Yeah.
So,
You wanna
but I
get
still would be sort of touched.
creative with it. You can have a butt plug sticking to the mouth. You can butt fuck our
Nice,
mouth.
yeah. I mean, don't put like a dildo up on our crotch though, because we are married. So
Yeah, that would
no,
be
thank you.
that would be cheating. I've asked my priest. He said we can't do that.
yeah.
But I thought of things that I forgot to say. Because I'm listening to all your back calls. I did read and watch the creepypasta about Ben drowning. I thought it was very well written. The videos didn't creep me out because, one, I've never played the game.
Because she's a certified badass, much like Spawn.
she drains bodies of their fluid.
That is
so
true.
yeah,
The things that
It's
she's
common.
also a mortician.
It's common knowledge that if you work with fluids, you can't be scared by fluids.
That's true. Yeah,
So
there are a lot of spells in Call of Cthulhu that you don't suffer the ill effects if you're a butcher. So
are just in the game that were in the video or what I found creepy, like the little masked salesman guy thing, like, it's just fucking creepy. But also, I'm married to Janie, and she makes stuff like that all the time, so I was all like, oh, that's just an in-game glitch, or oh, that's just a ROM hack, fine, whatever. People keep asking this question. I think it's been brought up twice.
can
And
we
I've
have a
heard it-
Tyler and Dave sex doll?
yeah,
People keep asking me that too,
Yeah.
Michelle. I don't understand why. I don't get it, but
From other people, and I don't understand why it's a problem, but to be clear, Goofy is an anthropomorphic dog, like Mickey is an anthropomorphic mouse.
wait, he's a mouse?
Pluto is a dog. Pete the cat is an anthropomorphic cat.
Wait, what did she say about Pluto? Did
I
you
don't
catch
know.
that? I'm gonna scrub
There's
that.
a Pluto.
Yeah, I'm gonna scrub that back. Oh, great. Guess what happened?
Start over.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
No. I was at 120. We got this.
Big mouse. Pluto is a dog.
Is a blah blah?
Is it dumb dog?
Is a dumb dog? Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna scroll it back one more time.
Pluto is a
He is a mop mop. What is he? Here we go. Here, let's really listen.
It's an anthropomorphic dog, like Mickey is an anthropomorphic mouse. Pluto is a dog.
What the fuck is that? All right. I hope that's not crucial to the call. I feel like it is though, because like, do you think she's trolling us? Do you think?
I hope so. I absolutely hope that was intentional, that we'd be like, what the fuck
What
is
is it?
Pluto? What?
Yeah, she's laughing her ass off right now because she's like, got him,
Yeah.
got him.
Got your plump asses.
Yeah, that takes 20 seconds away from them being able to masturbate.
Pizza Cat is an anthropomorphic cat. Figaro is a cat.
Oh, Pluto's a dog is what she said,
Dog,
I
dog.
bet.
Dog, dog.
Dog. I gotcha. Okay. Context clues.
Dog.
Dog.
So, Minnie Mouse, an anthropomorphic mouse, owns a cat, and Mickey, an anthropomorphic mouse, owns a dog.
Question. She might get to this, but what the fuck determines whether something's a dog or an anthropomorphic dog? What is it? That they can talk? Is it like an IQ level kind of thing?
Their pantheon's weird.
It is very.
They've got a weird god over there.
They got a weird god over there at Disney. Dude, that needs to be a D&D game. It's like the Mickey Mouse, the Disney Pantheon. It's a Call of Cthulhu game for sure. I like creepy Disney.
Also, I listen to Tad Talk so often that I have weird dreams about, like, either babysitting you guys as kids for some reason, or, like, last night I had this dream that was basically a Tyler story, practically, where my brother told me in my dream that his friends come over when I'm not around and masturbate in my room. But one of them told me that he actually made sure he cleaned it up.
That is a me story.
I
would tell that story.
That's very polite
good.
that he cleaned it up.
It's pretty good.
I was grateful for that. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
I can't imagine a world where I would tell my sister, hey, I masturbated in your room. I think that is a thing that I would.
Clean it up, though.
Right? Don't get mad. Whoa,
No. Me and your friend. So you and I go over there and we tell her we masturbated in your room.
We masturbated in your room. Don't worry.
I cleaned mine up. Tyler's is somewhere in your carpet.
I think that's everything. We're going to go to TADPOG prom. Come hell or high water. We're thinking of driving.
Did not happen.
No, hey, high water.
High water. Yeah. I hope not hell. Yeah, Spawn.
It's a long way, but I don't like flying, and I think we can do it. And I hope that's everything this time.
It's not.
So I don't have any questions again, but I will buy a shirt. Oh, no, I remember. After we're done getting filled to prom.
What? Silver plums?
Done with prom?
Done with prom?
Done with prom?
I think we're getting filled to prom. We should use Patreon money to get Dave a new car, because I'm pretty sure he drives a new car since the beginning of the show.
All right, she got cut off. Yeah, buy me a car.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I love this idea. Yeah, if you could buy me a car, perfect. We got a new car. I never resolved that. Remember when I was like, hey, our car died.
Grandam died.
Yeah, we got a new car. It's fine. It's nice. It's a nice car. A nice car that it's weird. I want to drive it, but I get really nervous when I drive it because it's not my daily driver. And it's a Camry, so it sits way higher than my car. And I never really know, here's the good thing about the Celica. I know when I can get in a spot. It's like, I feel like I've driven this car long enough where it's kind of like an extension of my body. And it's like, oh, there's a parking spot. I can squeeze in there and get out of the sunroof. But in the Camry, it's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
I can't gauge it.
Not gonna happen.
Can't gauge it.
I can drive the Celica through Wendy's, maybe get somebody to buy it, get somebody a ride. Camry?
Oh my God, you just gave me the best idea. Talking about driving the Celica through the Wendy's drive-through. I need to drive the Camry through the Wendy's drive-through and blow that motherfucker's mind in the window. And then,
I hope he does not recognize you in a different car.
Right? Oh, man. Then he'd blow my mind. Oh my God.
Hey man, here's your food, sir. Remember that time I gave you a ride? I don't know what you're talking about. No, you're kind of weird.
He gets weirded out. Yeah, I do. I love that. Yeah. Now all of a sudden I'm obsessed with it.
Let me get the manager.
The next time I go through in the Celica and I'm like, hey, it's me. Remember me? I gave you the ride. Remember the car? Remember the car? It's a red Celica.
Like, oh yeah, okay. He just gets out of the drive-through window into your car.
Dude, I should give him that invitation. I should be like,
you're right. Just come on in.
Come on in.
No. That way.
You can have the car if you climb out of the window. If you climb out of the drive-through window and into my window, I'll walk home. You can have it. You give me the bag with the spicy chicken sandwich in there. You just drive away.
You have to quit your job, though.
Yep.
I give you my car.
And be me.
I get the chicken. Yeah. You have to go home and fuck my wife.
I don't even get to walk.
But the trick is you have to convince her you're me. You're in the Celica. She'll probably go roll with it.
You got some
Well,
points.
that's Dave's car.
You got a +1 to bluff. What I love about that is
he knows that Dave gets spicy chicken at Wendy's. I don't know.
+2
Only
to bluff.
Dave knows.
What I love is that he doesn't know my name. It's me, your husband, who drives a Celica and likes spicy chicken sandwiches.
Well, he sounds like Dave.
I love this podcast. I just love this. All right. Okay. So let's see. It looks like Terrified Michelle calls back. Let's see if she continues. Also, Terrified Michelle is just giving you a hard time. I would totally masturbate in your room and tell you about it.
Okay, I got cut off, obviously. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, Dave is still driving the same car he has been driving since the beginning of the show. And if that's true, he already thought it was a crappy car, and he broke the handle on it.
True.
So I feel like Dave needs a new car. Like, this is kind of ridiculous.
It is.
That's all. I promise I won't call for like a long time.
No.
That might be a lie. Okay, that's all fine.
Can confirm is a lie. She calls back that same day. Would you like to hear that call?
Yeah, let's hear that one, then we'll call it.
All right. Also, Terrified Michelle, I'm just giving you shit about prom. We missed you there, but we're sorry that high water came.
Hi, Capon. I know I just said that I wasn't going to call back for a really, really long time,
You
and
did.
that it was probably a lie, but I remembered what I was going to tell you also from listening to your backlog, how Dave doesn't like to look at people when he's at, like, little, no, not Little Caesars, when he's like,
I hate looking at people at Little Caesars. It's a depressing reflection of my life.
We're all here for really cheap, shitty pizza.
Exactly.
We're all
Yeah, I look around and I'm like, yeah.
we all know each other's financial situations.
Yeah,
being here. So
It is dire. All right. Little Caesars has a new policy. They only serve people with retirement plans.
show us proof of your 401k.
Oh, shit. Where's everybody going?
he was at a fall festival for Henry. And I
Yes.
guess that was actually today's episode and not a backlog episode. Because he knows that people are going to find out he's a graphic designer and be like, here, do you want to do some work for 3 hours? Which I find weird.
Do you trade bodies for free?
Hey, I got this body it is full to the brim.
Like all the fluids. Look, I know we just met and everything, but our kids go to the same school. Mind draining this body for me?
I got a real reverse mosquito problem. It's
found out you're a graphic designer, and I was like, that's cool. What do you do as a graphic designer? Not like, yes, I asked you. What
Question my dad asks me still to this day. What is it you say you do as a graphic designer, son? And I usually say, and it gets more embarrassing the older I get, where it's like, I make brochures and stuff. Hope I made you proud.
real manly shit.
Real manly shit.
Like you do constructions, and
Yeah.
I would make,
Shapes and colors.
a sign saying the construction's over here.
Hey, looking for some men doing some men shit? It's over here. Follow the arrow. It's a graphical indicator.
Bye.
Don't worry. I also have a podcast where I talk about masturbating.
To women. Generally.
I mean, a man does need to be involved, but yeah, women generally.
I'm still a man of culture.
Daddy, if there's no penetration, I just can't finish anymore.
Amen to that.
Lines I heard at Little Caesars.
Pantone strips work or whatever it's called. And it had me send me a sample, but that's not 3 hours of free work. That's like a minute of your time. And for Tyler in the backlog, people always find out you're a chef and they want to know what your 5 favorite Vietnamese foods are and what's your favorite chef. Another thing I never really thought of, like, that's not my question. My thing is, like, my Egg Benedict is my favorite, okay? And when somebody fucks it up, I want to be like, Tyler, somebody fucked up my Egg Benedict. You should, like, come down here and yell at them.
Tyler, what are Eggs Benedict?
That would be a
Pop quiz, hot shot. Prove you're a chef.
an English muffin, generally with like ham, cheese, a poached egg, and hollandaise.
You could have just said Egg McMuffin.
Egg McMuffin with a poached egg and hollandaise. You're right.
And I thought you knew me better than this.
It's a fancy Egg McMuffin.
Tyler, what is hollandaise?
It is sort of it's one of the 5 French mother sauces.
French mother sauces? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. There's a pantheon to sauces.
Mrs. Beth V. Bechamel, Espanol, tomato, hollandaise, velouté. Hollandaise, so it is a...
Did you just cast a spell?
Yep.
Did you just summon Spawn?
That's how it happens. Mrs. Beth V.
Did you just cast Firewall? What happened?
And then it's emulsifying like butter and eggs with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of Tabasco. Okay. I don't really care for
hollandaise.
it. So
okay,
you think it has my name in it? I might care a little bit more about it, but I don't.
Hollandaise.
Hollandaise.
When you take a week off for vacation, do you say it's my hollandaise?
It's my hollandaise.
It's a summer George.
Because Egg Benedict is amazing, and the other day I had Egg Benny, and there was air quotes there that you could not see, and they would not poach my egg. They only fried my egg, and I was like, you're ruining it. You're ruining the whole thing.
Yeah, but I do the same thing with Dave because I saw a street sign that was just like really poorly designed. I had to hit Dave up and it's like, is it just me or is this terrible?
Right?
That I don't mind. I do like that.
We do love you guys. I thought of one more thing and then I forgot about it right now.
That's okay.
Hi, Janie.
But I don't want to call them back again. You have a question?
No, I don't.
I don't either. You call them. I know, but can I be like Taryn and not have a question? Yeah, where's Taryn? Have her come on the show. Also, for whatever reason, I thought she was this tiny flat-chested woman, and...
I'm going to scrub that back. I heard flat-chested woman. And Taryn's name mentioned at the same time?
I thought Taryn was a tiny flat-chested woman.
Okay, all right. Even after Miller said banging titties?
Yeah. Come on, Michelle.
I have a question. Yeah, where's Taryn? Have her come on the show. Also, for whatever reason, I thought she was this tiny flat-chested woman, and apparently she's this tiny giant boobs woman.
Yeah, we thought she was just flat-chested, just homely, just like, I don't know,
you sound like a flat, ugly bitch, Taryn.
Flat-chested.
I'm just kidding, Taryn. We love you. We know how hot you are. Okay, this call's gonna cut off. Bye.
Bye. Damn it. Okay, fine.
You guys, y'all did good. It did not cut off.
That was good.
You ended that call on your own free will.
Nice.
Like a Catholic. Taryn can come on the show anytime, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
But she's got to physically come here.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Or Skype in. It's fine.
Nope. Not anymore.
No, not anymore?
Not anymore.
All right. Physical.
Physical only.
All right.
Until I change my mind.
Okay. Works for me.
I'm putting my foot down.
All right.
Daddy's putting his foot down in here, Tyler. And Spawn.
Shit, I might take it out. Take it out.
Might not have an option. Sometimes it gets excited and just comes out.
There's a lot of shit on this table. And if I don't take it out, I'm going to be knocking it over.
Yeah. Well, that'll make for good podcasting, I think.
Yeah.
Theater of the mind. Which reminds me, do you remember when Time Lord Josh Edwards got like really invested in us having sex?
Yeah. We made like a joke about it, about hitting that kind of goal. And he really
loved that idea.
ran with that.
Yeah. Just pointing it out.
Now I
Interesting.
know who would get the Tadpog cardboard blowjob dolls. Put a dildo on one of us and a mouth hole, and they'd be like, "Oh, why are you blowing each other? You guys are so silly."
Dude, what makes that so funny is like, I didn't know that something could be so dirty and wholesome at the same time. Josh isn't fucking them.
No, they're fucking each other.
Yeah, the cardboard's fucking each other.
Yeah.
God damn it, I love it. All right, cool.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube.
YouTube. Thanks to Executive Bruiser Janie.
Damn right. So don't miss the next episode. What you want to talk about?
Oh, we need to figure that out. Yeah. What do you want to do? You ready to start the SNES list?
We could start the SNES list.
That's a real toughie. The first one's real
It
toughie.
is. Unless we talked about starting it off a little easier in the one that, I guess, the last released SNES game, which would be Star Fox 2, that came out on the SNES Classic.
I have not played that yet, and I have an SNES Classic. Let's do it.
You gonna do Star Fox 2 then?
Let's do it.
All right. So we're gonna start off our Wikipedia list of the SNES games.
Yes.
Slightly out of order, but that's our next list. Will be alphabetical. Just the first game is very hard to play. It's a tough one.
It's long, and I hear it's bad.
Yeah.
And technically, let's be honest, we've been doing the SNES list way out of order for going on 6
Since
years.
the inception of the show, we've been doing that list out of order.
Yeah, so it's fine. Also, I don't really think that anybody cares.
Yeah, it's no one. We used to get a lot of pressure. Watch your next list.
What's
Watch
the next
your next
list?
list.
And then we went freeform, and
as long as we announced it,
yeah,
no one was really upset about it.
yeah.
Yeah, so now we're going to go. The goal would be try to stick as close as we can, with some exceptions,
Sure,
to
of course.
playing Wikipedia's alphabetical list of the SNES games.
There it is.
Yep.
Also, we reserve the right to not do that anytime we want.
Yeah. Something comes out we want to do, because I still want to eventually Suikoden 2, the original Shining Force.
Give me a year.
Got some other shit.
I got one Suikoden.
We're probably coming up on our Shining Force to do one Shining Force a year.
No,
we did Final Conflict.
We did
You're right. Final
no
Conflict
way.
wasn't that long ago.
No way. Yeah, watch yourself. You watch it.
I'll put it back.
You watch it. I need to start coming up with a list of games that you need to play, that you need to invest a lot of time in.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is you like games that involve lots of time investment. And I do not. I would be like, oh yeah, play Frogger. How about that shit?
Yeah, have fun with that.
Yeah, I bet you can't wrap your mind around that one in about 5 minutes.
I'll see you. Yeah, it'll take you about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So let's do 5 weeks on Frogger.
Yeah. Sometimes you think it's a log. It's an alligator.
So then I'll spend 30 minutes on it, and you spend 5 weeks on it. It's like, I really got it back into Frogger. I'm trying to play it again.
All right, I'm trying to beat everyone's highest score in Frogger. I've lost a lot of sleep over this.
I went and bought an original arcade machine that I plugged so I can stream it on Twitch and submit it to Twin Galaxy.
Clearly, I have a problem where I require an insane amount of validation.
Dude, we're just in our 30s, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
We all need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not as wealthy as our parents are at the point we feel like we should be, so we need a lot of validation.
This is why you hear about 60-year-old men getting arrested for pulling their wieners out in the Walgreens. It's because they need that validation.
Yeah.
They just need someone to confirm that they do indeed have a penis.
Yeah, and we do that on this podcast for each other.
So
So
we're
at least
covered.
that part we're good.
We're covered.
Yeah.
And if you pay $10 a month on patreon.com/tadpog, you could get a communal set of cardboard cutouts.
A communal dick pic. It's just one of it. We're not telling you whose it is, but you'll get a dick pic.
But it's one of ours for sure.
Maybe.
Oh, see, I
It's
feel like
somebody in the nation.
okay. I feel like that's
So you can all take bets.
as long as it's not. If it's mine, it needs to be more than $10. If it's not mine, $10 is fine.
Man, damn, Dave. All right.
I just require a little bit more money than free, which most dick pics are. I know it's been a long night of scrolling through Reddit when all of a sudden Gone Wild turns from boobs to dicks. And it's like, wow, how long have I been looking at porn? Normally these are buried at the bottom.
I'm out of tits. Just dicks. All right. This is my life now. All right. So Star Fox 2.
Yes.
And hey, did you like this? You want to
Kind of.
You want to do like Drew from the Love Vindy? Send us something to talk about. You can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole, Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Nailed it.
You want to call us like
yes.
Terrified Now Beloved Michelle?
Terrified Now Beloved Michelle?
Yeah.
That's her full title?
Until we know that Adam
Adam
puts up pictures of us in his house.
So she's...
If he's even listening anymore.
Yeah.
So... you can call that 270-883-2555. You can find us on Facebook, TADPOG, and then if you like the fucked up shit, TADPOG Nation.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go to the TADPOG Facebook group, leave us a review there, which is helpful. Or if you really want to help us and
not bribe us,
yeah, but contribute to our Patreon to accelerate the process, it is in no way a bribe.
Not at all.
You can go to iTunes.
You can do that. So yeah, let's put a little asterisk next to Star Fox 2, unless we get an iTunes review saying, here's 5 stars, and also I will donate to Patreon if you play this game. We will drop anything and everything for $1.
Yep.
3. Make it 3.
Okay. Or 1. It's fine.
Or yeah.
Let's not go crazy, Mr. Charging for dick pics.
$10 is a reasonable amount to see my penis.
Melissa, are you in here? Well, no one in here to comment whether they paid $10 or not. What else? Hey, you want a TADPOG shirt? We got plenty of TADPOG shirts. Shirts.tadpog.com.
I already got plenty of those. No thanks.
Okay.
My closet's lousy with them.
What else we got? What else we do?
I'd like to thank the people who donated to Patreon recently. How about that? Are you good with that? Mm-hmm. I want to thank Chris Murray for upping his donation, riding that 8-cent train. That's 8.
Yeah.
How you like that? So now, I've set myself up for a really embarrassing moment. Tim, mysterious iTunes donor Tim, donated a lot of 8 cents. So,
Timothy Ignatius Tunes, thank you.
We appreciate it. I'd also like to thank Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue for upping his donation, riding that penny train. Thank you, Micah.
Let's see. Our theme song is Moved by Sycamore Drive. You can find a link to that track at show notes at tadpog.com. Mm-hmm. How you want to close this out, Dave?
Like how we think Spawn sounds like, which neither of us know because we haven't seen the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yep. So until next time, Tropical
Capricorn. I kind of tried to do Eddie Murphy, but it failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's probably just a normal dude.
Normal dude.
Just chill guy.
I like that.
Yeah. Just like, hey, I'm Spawn. I am Hell's Spawn, infinite, but limited power. Thanks.
That makes sense. When I'm not the devil's plaything, I sell small electronics and ladders.
When I'm not killing God and Satan, forcing them to team up to defeat me.
Yeah.
When I'm God Spawn, yeah, I like to repair iPhone screens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Spawn, that must have been a really big deal when he made Satan and God team up.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially like convincing a stranger.
It's like getting Dear Abby and Ann Landers back together.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I was gonna say, I don't know, reuniting the Beatles, but yeah, I feel like that's better.
Yeah, the Beatles are all squirrels anyway.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Mm-hmm. They're all squirrels.
Yeah. All right. Walter Spawn. Bye.
I don't think I have a stinger. Do you have it? Do you have anything? Do you have anything that we can add that's funny to this I am not satisfied with this podcast. We can still be friends, and we can definitely still do this podcast, but this was not a funny one.
No, it was too religious, really. It was.
We mentioned God at least 4 times more than we normally do.
Yep. So I can mention here's a religious So for Phil's notebook, here's something about me that I don't know. I might have said it a long time ago, but I'll reiterate it.
Reverse intro.
Reiterated it. So, hey, here's something about me.
Let's do a new thing where we do our intros as the stinger.
Oh, perfect.
You like that?
I got saved in the living room of this house in which I live in.
Were you like trapped under like a ceiling beam or something?
Yeah, that's the only time you can get saved.
Yeah.
No,
Drowning.
I was watching a video of David Ring.
Who?
David Ring. He's
Ring?
a preacher with cerebral palsy.
David Ring?
David Ring.
And he has a show?
We had one of his sermons on VHS.
Please tell me that the sermon was called Ring of the Lord. And it was all done Lord of the Ring cosplay.
Yeah, well, yeah. And the ring, he crawled through the TV.
Yeah.
And made me get saved.
And then you got scared, and then he saved you.
Yeah, that's how it works.
He baptized you in the waters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it works. The
Yeah.
Roger Waters.
Roger Waters.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go. There's a fact
that's
about
it?
me. Yeah, that's it.
How does that work?
What do you mean?
How do you get saved watching a VHS tape?
I get real scared.
That's it?
Well, no, I was
I've been
very
scared
he-
before.
He was a good preacher.
Yeah.
And afterward, then I was like, "Mom, I want to get saved," and she was like, "Okay." So
And
we
then
did.
she
We did it
arranged
right
it.
there. Yeah, she talked to God and God's secretary, and we
Yeah.
got me on a list. So yeah,
But that
that was the real time. I lied about it before because I wanted to get baptized in the church. So I thought it looked like fun.
you're right. I remember you telling that story. I do like that.
Like, are you
story,
saved? Yeah.
Yeah.
You did all the things to get saved? I sure did. Put me in that water.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The next time I'm asked, which thankfully is not a lot anymore, but I was asked that at an alarming rate in high school. I think my answer will be, yeah, David Ring helped me out from underneath that big ceiling thing that fell on me. The
you
ceiling
go.
thing?
Yeah. Beam.
They sell those at Lowe's.
Yep.
Ceiling things. It's actually a whole aisle.
Yeah.
I'm not letting this
That's
in.
fine. That's fine.
We are gonna
do this
sit
Craig
here.
Ferguson style.
We're gonna sit here.
Would you care for an awkward silence? Okay, sure.
I'll take two, please. That's a Craig Ferguson thing?
Yep.
Does he still have a show?
Nope.
Okay. He was Drew Carey's boss, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
He had an amazing late night show. Amazing.
Yeah? Really?
God, I loved it.
I don't hear a lot of people talk about it.
It was very, very different. I think it would be your favorite
Really?
late night show.
But mainly because he was Drew Carey's boss. Does he
That-
talk about that a lot, being Drew Carey's boss?
sometimes.
That was a real show, right? Like,
Sometimes.
that was real.
Yeah.
That was-
It ended very poorly, but yes, it was a real show.
Yeah. The Drew Carey show?
The Drew Carey show.
Yeah. That was like the world's first reality show.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but his
Wonder whatever happened to
his
Kate.
sidekick was a gay robot skeleton.
Oh, yeah. I have
yeah.
seen that show before. Yeah.
Pretty much no script. He just went off
Yeah.
whatever he wanted. I can love that show.
All right. They got them all on
VHS.
Amazon Prime. or-
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where the fuck you see him anymore.
Hey, I have a real question for you. Is it worth starting to watch The Sopranos now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Melissa and I have talked about that several times.
Okay. You
Watching all because I haven't finished it.
second question, would you and Melissa like to do a Sopranos podcast with me?
Yep.
All right.
Melissa? Yeah. Sopranos podcast? Sure. All right.
She's on board.
She actually said yes. So
we actually
now we have to do it. And she's nervously laughing.
Yeah. So
But no, she
yeah.
has to do it.
We're gonna publish twice a day. Is that gonna be a problem? Also, we all have to have Italian accents that we use throughout the entire episode. Are we all on board still?
I love it when she
Cool.
fucks me and speaks in Italian accents. It's a me, Melissa, sucking on your dick. And then I come in her mouth and she's like, that's a spicy meatball. Here we go.